As a self-proclaimed 3D artist, I always strive for self-improvement. And to gauge whether I actually improved over the last few years, in this video, we're gonna re-sculpt my old art. For every project that I do, I start with a sphere, and then I turn that into the basic head shape. And then I started blocking out the general parts of the face, starting with the eye holes, the nose, of course, and then afterwards also the lips, just very broadly first. This image here was the reference, especially now I kind of tried to recreate the look of the original artwork. And here I could immediately see an improvement in my workflow, because of course, with all this time now, I understand the facial structure a little bit better. So it's a little bit easier now to block all those things out. Once the block out is done, I like to add like one layer of more resolution so that I can just refine all the individual parts. I think the biggest thing that I learned is how to analyze and also of course understanding all the different shapes of what you're trying to sculpt. Another big thing that you learn is how to separate the different layers of your sculpt. And understanding each layer and how they contribute to the shape is very important in understanding, for example, how they work together to create the face. Which is, for example, why the structure here in the in this face isn't that distinct. It's very flat. And then, of course, after finishing the head, we also add some hair here to the to the head. I've done the same back in the day. Something that actually surprised me is that I actually retopologized this character. Back in the day, I did it manually. Of course, now I can just grab my good old soft wrap add-on and just kind of, you know... Back in the day, I just used one image texture and painted all the colors onto there. Now I kind of split up the texture a little bit so that it's a little bit easier and more dynamic to work with. I also added a little bit of blush to her because the original image was kind of pinkish, as you can see, the skin. So I kind of wanted to recreate that as well. And you can see a little bit of like a blue on the cheek here, which I wanted to add to my new character as well. I also add a few more highlights. I don't really know why you do that. Probably just to kind of accentuate some of the specific parts of the face. I also now have actual eye models. These eyes I think I just made pretty quickly. But now, of course, now that I have dedicated eyes, they look way, way better. And then one secret tip to make your character's eyes look more alive is to first of all add a dedicated tear duct model. And the other one is to add like an accumulation of water at the lower eyelid basically. For this character, I really wanted to focus on the hair. Because if you look at the original character, you can see I didn't really know what I'm supposed to do. So I kind of just tried to get this closer to what this one looks like. The shape looks correct, but it doesn't really look that great. Everything before this took roughly 3.5 hours. And now this is going to be another 5 hours that I'm going to work on the hair. Just to make it as good as it can be, or at least as long as I want to work on it. So hair is basically like an endless stairway all the way down to the bottom of your soul, okay? If you really want to create a super detailed hairstyle, you have to really go the extra mile and really adding these individual hair strands just to really sell the look of hair. And then once the hairstyle is actually done, we can then go and add the lighting. Ooh. And then compare the before and after. You can see quite a big difference. I am glad. Hopefully this can give you some motivation that if you continue working on your craft, you can improve. And if you maybe are unmotivated because you don't think that you have improved, maybe doing one of these projects can show you how much you actually have improved. And of course, even if you haven't improved, as long as you had fun, is that really a waste of time? I don't think so. If you want to know more in depth how I create the makeup for my characters now, there's going to be the perfect video at the end of this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, make sure to put them in the comments. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll see you next time. See ya.